much for being here and just joining me for this long weekend where I have to get a lot of things done. Today I already started making some dinner, and I'm learning for my theoretic exam coming up for the driver's license, which is a pain in the but I'm really trying to get that done. I think I started with my driving lessons already almost 2 years ago, and I just couldn't finish it because so much was going on, and also finishing or starting my own art school kind of got in my way, so I'm trying to finally get that done. The questions are kind of stupid and also just unnecessary, but in the end I know that I really need this driver's license, especially because of my art school and transporting everything, and also exhibitions. At the moment I've always been asking my mom or dad to help me with that, or even my friend's mom, so that's kind of a bummer, and I just am looking forward to driving to places wherever I want to go at times I want to go to, and I can't wait for this whole thing to be over with. So anyway, while I'm studying, I'm also trying to get some movement in, doing some yoga, just moving my body, making sure that I'm not just sitting around and doing nothing, not moving. And I've been really trying to kind of get into this journey of eating more healthier, because I have put on a lot of weight. I think it's a lot of stress that I had, and also to be honest, a lot of binge eating habits that I have, trauma, and a lot of experiences that kind of led to me having those binge eating attacks, and I'm really trying to break through. I've been to therapy for many years, which helped me in a lot of ways, but this is something that just haunted me all my life, and I just could never get over it, and I think I will always have that in my life. But I'm trying to start to learn how to cope with that and just become a better Sarah, a better me. So I was thinking of just making more videos about that and documenting my life, being on this journey where I also try to journal a lot more, and just eating healthier. Since I am on a vegan diet, but not a healthy vegan diet, it was always really hard to lose weight, and also I struggle with PCOS, which is kind of something that I also have to learn to cope with, and it all just goes hand in hand with eating and having not a healthy diet. So I'm really looking forward to changing that in my life, and I was thinking that if I document everything and have you guys be with me on this journey, it would kind of help me to also feel stronger and maybe motivate other people as well who have the same struggles, because I know that it's something that many people struggle with but not really know how to help themselves. That's how I still feel to this day. I know there's a lot of diets, but I think in the end we really need to listen to our own bodies. I've been reading a book, a German book actually, where the author really explained how it's so important to listen to your body and knowing when you're hungry and not just bored or eating out of stress because you had a bad day. For example, being unproductive is one of the triggers of mine, where I just start eating and already kind of have the feeling, okay, well that day was kind of shitty and I didn't do anything, and it's just kind of punishing myself with eating frozen pizza and not cooking for myself. So a big love language of mine is cooking for myself and my loved ones around me, cooking healthy foods. But I also know that this is not easy, especially a lifestyle that I have, where I'm a substitute teacher and a art teacher at my own art school. So there are days where I come home at 11 at night and I'm just so hungry, and I really try to cook in meal preps, but I don't really find the time to do the meal preps beforehand. So I really need to start making time for myself and really listening to my body and knowing what to eat and what not to eat. For example, I already know that whole grain is a lot better than normal grain. So I haven't been eating the normal kinds of pasta. If I would, then it would be whole grain, or which also tastes good, are chickpea noodles or lentil pasta. There are so many different things you can try out. They don't always taste as great, but it does the trick. It really does help. I would really love to have a private chef that would cook for me and clean for me, but I know if you really start looking at things differently and just maybe romanticizing things. So that is kind of something that helped me, is to light a candle and just sit down and romanticize. Studying is the way I was able to study for the last couple of days now, and it just helped me and inspired me so much. And then maybe romanticizing cooking, making something that really tastes special, and having some nice music going in the background that you can just listen to and relax to, or even an audiobook. It doesn't really matter. It's your time. It's time for yourself. Use the time you have. I don't know how. I just think the last couple of months I've not thrown away, but I've been not living in the moment, and I think that's so important. It sounds so simple, but it's not that simple. It's really hard to live in the moment and be there for yourself, not always being there for other people, which is also really hard because I love pleasuring other people. I love being there for other people, and it makes me happy to see other people being happy, especially my loved ones. But of course, over time, it is exhausting, and it is important to make time for yourself. Good morning, everybody. It's still early. It's 7:30 in the morning. I look a little crusty and I'm still a little tired, but I'm trying to be a little quieter because my boyfriend is still sleeping and my roommate. But for today, I'm gonna start off with fixing up some breakfast for us, and then take a long and healthy good walk with my boyfriend and my dog. And after that it's studying today, taking a break here and there, especially taking a break after every half an hour. I've noticed that that's the time I just get all cluttered in my head, and then I just start reading words with no meaning. That's just a sign for me that I know, okay, break time. I need to maybe get some air, do some stretching, some yoga, and then do another half an hour. But after that, I still need to make a list and see what I have to get done today, maybe do some social media, which is also very important for our business. Sitting down and watching some of my old videos that I've posted on YouTube, and I watched one of the videos that were in German, and it was about me showing my unfinished projects, my unfinished paintings that still needed a lot of work. And I've just noticed that that video was almost 7 months ago, and I almost managed to finish all of the paintings that I showed on camera. So one of them was this here, and I remember saying that I don't see this one being finished because it had that many flaws, but I just remembered I needed to go to work, but I still had a couple hours to spare, and I just sat down and had some oil paint left on my palette that needed to be used, listened to some music, and finished it. So that was kind of cool, and I'm glad that this painting is finished, but I'm still looking for a frame for this one. It's not easy to find an oval frame that is 20 centimeters by 40, or was it 30? I can't remember. But I'm still looking for one in gold. If anybody of you has one in that size, please let me know. But anyway, then this one, I actually grew on liking this painting a lot. It was this girl who had white hair and was looking super freaky. Of course, never finished, but I really love how the colors are so natural and nostalgic. That's something that I really love including into my paintings, is that nostalgic feeling that you feel like you can breathe underwater, live underwater, and just enjoy the sea life and the colors that are flickering. I just love how this embodies exactly that moment of being underwater. Okay, and this one, I also remember in the video saying that it's sad that I used acrylic paint, that I just had like a bluish background and couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do with it. Well, I don't know, it just also happened that quick that I said, I could just paint roses, and I have this series of me painting the crying roses, which I, by the way, sold not too long ago, and it is kind of sad, but I'm glad that that huge painting finally has a home that is owned by a beautiful woman who I really adore, and I'm glad that she has the painting now. Well, anyway, I've noticed that of course I evolve and my painting skills are getting better, so I decided to just paint it on this small canvas that already had a acrylic background, so that kind of worked out. I'm still not finished with this one yet. It's still in the process, but I think it is definitely getting there. the colors are much better. And of course, like I said, my skills got a lot better. I really love painting portraits that capture a lot of emotions, especially being underwater. And I think this one still needs a lot of work, maybe also adding some sea life, seaweed, maybe some fish, maybe something completely different. I'm also curious how this one is going to turn out. I don't think that I need to do a lot specifically with the face, but maybe with the background. So I just wanted to share this with you, that I was kind of proud and also excited that I did finish so many of those paintings that I showed in the video that I was kind of frustrated with, because I didn't see them being finished for a long time, and I did, and that's kind of cool. And I love how all the colors also match and have this nostalgic feeling that I was talking about earlier. So yeah, this is one of my big projects I'm still working on, and I can't wait until this one is finally finished. I know the frame is going to be really expensive, but I think it's going to be worth it. So I also want a lot of sea life in the background, maybe darker background, but most importantly, of course, is her face expression, and I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with the hair. I'm sure that I'll manage to learn and study more tomorrow. But tomorrow we have a full day of being in the atelier and having the kids class. And all the parents are going to be there, which is kind of exciting, but also scary, of course. But I'm just glad to work with all the kids and have a fun day doing liquid art, which is always nice, especially for the parents, because you don't need artistic skills, or you don't need to be as good as Picasso for that. You know, it's just super simple, but in the end it is going to be a really cool painting that everybody can take home and have something to remember the day by. Good morning, everybody. I'm on my way to a yoga class right now. Unfortunately, my friend Tony got a cold and she can't make it, but I'm still gonna go. I'm excited to go there alone, but also a little scared because I saw that this class isn't a beginner class and it's 75 minutes long. Hi everyone, so I'm taking a walk with my little baby and I've had a pretty chill day so far. I went to the yoga class, which was definitely not for a beginner, but I still had a lot of fun and I sweated a lot. So of the day I've been studying, and I'm going to continue studying now here in the park with my little gizmo. And then I'm gonna tune off and probably just fall right asleep. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'm glad to see you again soon. Bye!